Smart 24, driving business.
All right, we'll be back from the break. It's exactly 7 minutes past 9. This is Smart Means Business. Like I told you, we're going to be, of course, having further insights regarding the merger of UCDA. And my guest this morning with Norman Ramsey is a political analyst from PLU. But before I proceed, let's first of all, I want to review something really brief here. The Uganda Coffee Development Authority has a report which was including coffee then and coffee now. So what are some of those differences that we are noticing in here? Now, Uganda's coffee here, according to this particular report, I'm going to read something really very brief here. And this is from Honorable Frank Tumweba, the Minister of Agriculture, Animal and Industry and Fisheries. He says that Uganda's coffee story is a new and exciting phase. After stagnating at 3 to 4 million bags per annum for nearly 15 years, production has more doubled. Now, production now stands at about 8.1 million bags. That is about 8.1 million 60 kilogram bags. Coffee exports for calendar year 2021 total to about 6.7. That is million bags worth 718.7 million. That is compared to 5.49 million bags worth 520 million. That is for the previous year. Now, this represents an increase of about 23% and 38% in both quality and value, respectively. Now, Uganda is now the 7th biggest coffee exporter in the world. Now, the rise in production is directly, of course, linked to the visionary leadership of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Now, in 2014, the president launched the coffee roadmap with the aim of raising production to about 20 million bags per annum. That is by 2025. Now, the launch of this roadmap saw increased funding towards coffee sector and accelerated multiplication and distribution of improved planting and material to farmers. Now, the leadership demonstrated by the Uganda Coffee Development Authority to mobilize the stakeholders to implement the roadmap and oversee the subsector is highly commendable. The authority has stepped up efforts to develop and promote coffee through research, coffee extension services, domestic consumption, and quality control to ensure that all coffee produced meets the required standards. Now, with the National Coffee Act 2021 now in place, of course, according to the minister then, say that we expect to see increased adherence to quality standards across the value chain to boost the profile of Uganda coffee. Of course, he says, as he winds up, that as we look forward for the next 30 years of coffee excellence, he calls upon all Ugandans to not only produce coffee, but also take a cup regularly to transform the coffee sector. Now, production now stands at 8.1 million 60 kilogram bags. Coffee exports for calendar year 2021 totaled 6.7 million bags worth 718 million compared to 5.49 million bags worth $520 million the previous year. All right. Norman, it's a pleasure to have you. A very good morning. How are you? It's been a while.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. We see what is really happening in here. UCDA under the ministry, and we know it's on record actually that most of the countries that have huge production volumes of coffee have independent bodies that foresee this, and it's what Uganda based on. It was the benchmarking according to our research. So can we say now we are heading into turmoil? What do you think? First of all, what's your opinion on this action? What are the implications of it being passed? And what are also the implications if it wasn't passed at the same time, according to how you observe it from this?
First of all, I want to first greet Ugandans, and I thank them for always being observant as they watch what is trending in a country. They are watching always Smart 24 TV concerning business in this country and some other countries.
Yes.
And thank you, Andrew, for moderating well this program.
It's a pleasure.
Concerning important matters in this country.
Yes, sir.
Concerning UCDA and some other countries producing coffee that they have got independent agencies. Concerning preparing coffee and marketing distribution. It's not that all countries will have the same policy.
Yeah, true.
Each country has got its own policy. And though coffee is our gold in Uganda, but it doesn't mean that it's real gold.
Why?
No.
So now what is the real gold?
We should know what is gold, and we should know what is coffee.
Okay.
First of all, I want to inform Ugandans that we should always have an analytical way of handling things ourselves, not always following only politicians and some other people whom I always tell you that they are serving their own interests.
Politicians.
If I'm talking of coffee in Uganda, we can compare the 1980s and compare the Uganda of today. Now, it was 1991
yes,
when they came out with an idea that we should make coffee cash crop as an independent thing. We should make an agency concerning coffee industry alone.
Exactly.
But we should compare how many years. It is now 35 years.
Yeah, 35, yeah.
But what have been the contributions of this agency?
But we've seen...
And how have other countries handled their agencies? So for Uganda, we don't know maybe how to handle, or we just jump into the bush without knowing how we can handle. Maybe it's the only effect of Uganda.
But okay, hold on, no man, just a little. Because considering the current performance of coffee, who is to be given the credit?
No, according to the time, I will not give you CDA credit. Because even if you shift from here to another region for 35 years, I think they will not be still calling you a migrant. You are a citizen already, because you've spent there too much time. You've produced a lot. If it's producing a child, you have now a grandchild. So it means 35 years is a lot. And being analytical to some issues concerning UCD, and they said, let's merge. It's not even only that, but some other agencies also have been merged. Though all eyes of Ugandans are on coffee, yet I know they have not stopped any Ugandan to grow coffee. Only that they have tried another way better, not to misuse public funds, because you have been finding like these agencies, agencies in Uganda like authorities and some whatever, they are paid highly than ministers. So you find like a ED of a certain organization or a certain agency is like undermining his or her boss, a minister, because he's highly paid and he sees like a minister is less paid concerning, I see like what they have done is good, not to waste the public resources.
But
minus that, coffee is part of agriculture. I don't think coffee is caught in air.
No, it's
is part of agriculture. So isolating it was another thing that was analyzed by some intellectuals, and they found like if they do that, maybe it could help the country to go well. But for 35 years, it has failed. Then they said, at least if we had not done this, maybe it would have been all right.
But has coffee really failed in our country?
It has failed.
No, man, for sure.
No.
How?
I want to tell you this.
Yeah.
According to how Uganda was growing coffee and how it was producing, according to how Bugishu, Elgon areas, how they were producing coffee. And how coffee industry was developing before. You know, we had even some cooperative unions.
Yes.
UCDA crushed all. It's decided to stand alone and elect Ugandans who are growing coffee. They yes.
Okay. I'm listening to you, no man.
We thought that at least Uganda could be elected well. But if you can knock on some people's heart, they are varying blood of their unions that were crushed. At least they have an idea like they would be far better.
Far better.
Yes.
If UCDA didn't exist.
I would like to advise Ugandans always to first create strategic ways of analyzing things. Because my mind is not your mind.
Very true.
And if I'm a politician, I may lead right or wrong, according to my mind thinking capacity. Some people who are leading some projects and some agencies have not taken part, or have taken part because they have been entrusted with that power, but they have no good ideas concerning such things. And I advise Ugandans always to watch out and take decisions themselves, not just following. And again, Ugandan government should watch out. Before taking decisions, at least it pains me a lot. Me, I'm from Rukunjiri.
Yes, sir.
We had a cooperative union. I had a grandfather.
Yes, sir.
I think he was one of the leaders leading that union. But it collapsed. Up to now, you can see buildings are there, but we ask ourselves, what was its importance?
So the cooperative
or coffee growers, you know, privatization destroyed everything in Uganda. Yes.
Private.
Also, when they introduced this private production, is why you see they produce fake coffee and they blame Ugandans. Is why you see they patch Puare and they blame Ugandans. But it is because everything is privatized. Not only that, you go to schools, you go to hospitals, health, education, everything. I think if it keeps like this, we shall even privatize roads, like you see Entebbe Highway Express. So, I want to advise the government, before taking decisions sometimes, they should know, I always talk about parliament. Parliament is not a house that we should trust now, because we've trusted parliament for all the long
time.
But if we can watch out, even when they were completing this issue of coffee, just fighting in parliament, since the year 2017, every year we fight in parliament. Every year we fight in parliament. I don't know whether it's because there are big cameras in that parliament, because these parliamentarians, members of parliament, they like to be like here on air, to be seen by the magnitudes. Ever, they are not thinking about working for the country. They only think to be on air and be seen
by the people.
By the people, because only media is the one that is strategizing for them to acquire.
To acquire the power.
Yes. All power comes from air. They don't go there to work. They only go there to play their comedy so that they can be trending in communities. Because I have seen parliament, and it is completely shaming our country. Now, the government should get people who have been well educated concerning industries, and these people should be taking responsibilities according to their levels of education.
Okay.
And they train them more. They entrust them to go to villages, to the ground level. To consult how many people are coffee growers in this area.
Okay.
What are problems they face, hindrances they face. If it's market, we find the way we can handle the issue of market.
Market access.
If it's poor production, we find why. Because we have Ugandans. These Ugandans you see in parliament, those ministers, they have big lands. I watch from their areas of ours. They have square miles and square miles of lands. No production there. Lands are empty.
Yet people...
But they think to come to parliament, they think to be appointed as ministers because they have built their names through media to work for Ugandans. But what they are doing is completely a mess up, of what they should be doing. Now, government should come out to make research, to know which people, not these people to sit in offices and just rest their backs in seats, waiting for the month to get covered, and they acquire their salaries. It pains us who can at least watch out and see that this is not the right thing that should be done. And if you can see our country, and you really watch out, you open your eyes, you will find that we are completely dying because of this generational parliaments. We have been, these generational parliaments we have been getting, we are not moving well. At least a parliament is a house that is trusted by the whole country, because each constituency, each area is represented. Now, if a representative has not paid attention, I think we shall not acquire what we need. And you see, we have a problem of President Museveni. President Museveni has always been appointing advisors, has always been appointing RDCs. I don't know whether he can be watching all people who are responsible, who can reach to him. I condemn this issue of RDCs and advisors, because advisors are there for President Museveni to advise them. For them, they are not there to advise the president. And President Museveni, what has killed our country is that you've entrusted these RDCs to go and work for the public, of which maybe they do not qualify. Because you've seen people crying over lands. You've seen people crying over a lot.
A lot.
Eh?
True.
Corruption starts with these people you're appointing as your representatives in each district. But these people are not doing their work. It is better maybe you call them in person to interview them yourself. You see whether they can afford not to be selected that someone has been a supporter of our party for all the long, so we need to watch out when they have no mind of working for people. Working for people does not matter how much salary you earn.
True.
Does not matter how much you sleep well. Does not matter how you move well. What matters is how have you rendered to serve.
Rendering to service. Oh, that's a
But
big
these
point.
people are in offices, not minding, only waiting for petty cash to use their offices to do wrong.
okay.
RDCs might condemn them, the RDCs and the RCCs,
Tell
because
them.
they are not doing their work. They are in districts to work with security, but people are crying. They are not observant. They are not doing their work to the ground level to understand what is affecting their communities. And MPs in parliament are affecting them even more not to work for the people.
Wait.
Because they are paid highly.
Okay.
These MPs are paid highly. So they use this salary to confuse
the RDCs.
RDCs not to work well.
Okay.
Because also RDCs want to take their children to good schools. And their salaries are less. So now, should we say that RDCs should be paid much more than MPs?
Of course.
And mind you, people who are responsible to reach President Museveni, another this, may I come from Rukunjiri district again, I tell you, Rujumbura County. But we have 3 constituencies. We have municipality, we have Rujumbura and Rubabo. Those are 3 MPs, plus a woman MP, 4 MPs. You can't say an RDC the RDC can handle these honorable members of parliament when they earn a lot. They will be confused to do wrong always. Now we need to watch out and have the analytical way of we can handle issues, of how we can handle issues concerning our communities and development of our country.
Okay. Interesting. And Norman really has very amazing points there. And he's, because we are talking about rationalization. The story is kickstarting off from the merger of UCDA into the ministry. And we are trying to see how the aspect of, divisions, excessive duplication is actually affecting this country. Well, let's go for the break shortly. And I'm returning as, of course, we shall be winding this discussion up as we dig further into this. Stick around.
Smart 24, driving business.
Kiki bebi ababbi bakutte abapoliisi tulina obeera mu nsonga zino. Ababbi bakutte abapoliisi?
This is Matoma, and well there, scored against the club with which he won the title more than a decade ago. And it's the 100th goal
Upgrade to become BFF with the Premier League and enjoy football's best moments at only 90,000 shillings. Go TV Uganda. Love it.
Two of the most decorated clubs in English football. It is always a big deal with these. And Garnacho! That is off the very high.
Stream all 380 matches for just 15,200 shillings on Showmax Premier League. Visit showmax.com to get started.
Uganda fire!
Uganda! This is it! Bring that fire like never before as Uganda Cranes takes on South Africa on 15th November at 4 p.m. Ewa Nambole! One more win! Gatugenda wa mo AFCON 2025! No panya, no calculator! Nkubidori, wacha wewe! Katugwe chicho, buy your ticket using Momo at only 25k for ordinary. Atema abakashi! Ordinary goes for 30k, 50k for VIP, and 150k for Mparendebedeba Platinum. Each ticket comes with a free train ride to Nampole. Get your tickets from MTN service centers at Jaberodi, Zebra House, Crested Towers, and Clock Tower. To avoid delays, or simply scan the code on your smartphone for easy entry into the stadium. Why? Remember, no physical tickets will be issued or sold at Nampole. Proudly brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Uganda's football. Together, we are unstoppable.
Oli mukyala munna bizinesi era oyagala bizinesi yekulaakulane. Gavumenti ya Uganda ekuleetedde ssente za Grow era nga weewola okuva ku bukadde buno okutuuka ku bukadde 2 n'osasula mu bbanga lya myaka 2 ate nga gw'asasula mu budde olinna mukisa ddala. Eri abakyala abanoonyi b'obubudamu nammwe abaliko obulemu enteekateeka eno egenda kubakolako mu ngeri ey'enjawulo. Okumanya ebisingawo tuukirira Post Bank, Equity Bank, DFCO, Centenary Bank, Finance Trust Bank ne Stanbic Bank oba genda ku mukutu gwaffe ogwa www.grow.go.ug oba okujja ku ofiisi za PSFU ku Kyaddondo Road e Nakasero ku kizimbe kya Trust Tower omwaliiro ogusooka oba okuweereza obubaka bwa WhatsApp ku nooti 762 3 nooti 4961. Omukisa guno gw'abakyala bonna okwetooloola eggwanga era ng'enteekateeka ya Grow evujjirirwa banka y'ensi yonna n'eteekebwa mu nkola Ministry y'ekikula ky'abantu ne Private Sector Foundation Uganda.
Grow, generating growth opportunities and productivity for women enterprises.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and gets a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
Three inspired souls brought together by love are set on a life-changing journey.
This is your life, Mackenzie. This is no longer a dream.
It's just something about Mackenzie.
I'll never marry you.
Your position does not allow you to break work relationship rules.
Where choices change everything. Crossroads, weekdays at 8 p.m. on Power Magic Prime. DSTV channel 148, GoTV channel 303.
Smart 24, driving business.
Yes, we'll be back from the break exactly 24 minutes to the top of the hour. This is Smart Means Business. I'm Andrew Barija, your host, and my guest this morning, Norman Muramuzi. That is a political analyst from the PLU. And of course, we are discussing coffee, but of course, we are also including some other important aspects that are very important. Now, maybe I'm just going to kickstart off this with a brief reading here about the current performance. Now, since the year 2010, the SCF loan look has grown here to about 21.2 billion Ugandan shillings to about 589.48. That is in cumulative disbursements, extended to about 1,179 eligible projects across the country. This is according to the, as of March, the 2021 report. This is what is indicated. Everything we are, of course, talking about here is all related to coffee. And now this was in line with the SCF loans, of course, intended to boost the production of coffee in the country, Uganda. Well, Norman, as we proceed with our discussion here, you've been breaking down aspects, seeing all this. Today I was seeing the leader of opposition was saying that rationalization should start from State House.
You know, we have got a problem in Uganda.
Yeah.
When we talk of opposition, opposition starts from central here.
Sure.
It's why you see everyone is blaming Uganda, 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 Uganda. I don't know why, but these people should learn for what for what to do right and what to do wrong. And what time should everything be done. Let's not prey on minds of Ugandans. Because rationalizing UCDA, no one has told individuals not to grow coffee.
Talk about it.
Coffee, when we talk of growing coffee, we are talking of earning. And when we talk of State House, we are talking of spending.
Coffee is earning, State House spending.
There is something that that stirs my mind when I hear like a leader of opposition. He doesn't know that he's a leader of people. Being a leader of opposition, it means that you're representing all people, advising the government in the whole country. But taking some decisions and you advise wrongly. I don't know this leader of opposition we have got this time around.
So the previous one was better. The previous one was better.
He had not reached the level of being a leader of opposition. I'm sorry to condemn him.
He was lacking to be better.
Yes.
He was still in the process.
When you talked of that,
yes,
I realized and remembered what happened last time when the parliament was carried to northern Uganda.
Yes.
When he stood on his legs and told other opposition leaders in the parliament that they should not go to northern Uganda, as if he was God, to know what would be the results of that sitting. I would like to advise him always to seek for advices before taking decisions and being analytical to the country, because it might kill his political career for the rest of his life.
Okay.
Now, I hear people quarreling Buganda. I hear people quarreling coffee. Some other people wanted to cut coffee trees.
Yeah.
This is because of weak leadership.
Weak leadership. Okay.
Your representatives there, those people who are at least who are lucky to watch Smart 24 TVs, Smart 24 TVs is for people who at least understand what business is.
Absolutely.
Now I want you to watch out. No one said Uganda has stopped producing coffee. They merged the agency to the main to the main tree. The main tree is the Ministry of Agriculture. Every Ugandan should watch out to know what should be done. Because saying that they have merged is not that you should cut coffee trees. It's that you should learn why government has done this. Maybe it's for boosting or for trying to watch or to see what next to be done. But remember, I told you Ugandans that you should be analytical yourselves, not following political leaders of what they are doing, because already we have seen nonsense happening in the parliament. We are not happy with some leaders guiding us. What will they guide us when they are fighting? And we are teaching our children, our pupils in schools that fighting is an offense. Yet our leaders are practicing it. So we need to learn what to do. We need to know what time to do some things. This is not the time to joke. And market for coffee is there. If you have a big land, continue adding on acres and acres of coffee. You see whether you will not earn more. No one is going to reduce the price of coffee. The price of coffee will reduce according to what you produce. You produce good coffee, you will acquire good market. Even government should put measures that the more quality you produce, the more money you earn. The less quality you produce, the less you earn.
But there is a big issue here in line with monopoly, that most of the people owning the big farms tend to have the biggest market share. And if you are not noticed, you are a peasant, then regardless of what you're producing, whether it's high quality, you're likely not to be given attention. Why? Because there are monopolies who are controlling it. Now that's the biggest worry, actually,
even in the Bible, we had kings.
Yes.
You had the Nebuchadnezzar. Everyone who knows the Bible knows how Nebuchadnezzar performed.
Very well.
The Adolf Hitler, you know how they performed. So every leader knows or has his or her strategical way of guiding or leading his people. Now, Ugandans, I want us to know our level.
Yes.
And we know that we have some other people who are at a certain level that we have not yet reached. If we talk of Kabaka Ronald Mwenda Mutebi, he will not be the same as the clan leader.
Absolutely.
Everyone has his level. Now, Ugandans, I don't want you to be confused. Those people whom they talk about, if they produce a lot, they are fighting for the market to see that our coffee is acquiring good market.
Okay.
They are the people to guide us. Because if we are still producing less, we must accept them to guide us in that way. Because they oriented to grow coffee and look for its market. These politicians you watch on TVs, they don't have even 3 acres of coffee. They only have assets like building here in Kampala and some other neighboring areas to collect cash from Ugandans. They have agencies of money lending and stealing Ugandans, but they are not in agriculture really for the sense of helping Uganda. Now, farmers, I want you to understand that you were born farmers and you have that blood of doing farming. It's why you oriented to do farming. It's why you oriented to grow coffee. And these, they decided to become politicians. Politicians are feeding on your tax. Now, to make them happy, you must produce much more tax.
Okay.
They will feel happy. Otherwise, farmers, if you don't produce as it is needed for these politicians, they will even eat the trees of coffee.
True.
Now we need to be guided well. If they don't guide us well, even we put them out of seats, we put there some other people. Not that these people we are going to put in these seats will perform well, but at least we try to see who can lead.
Okay.
We are trying different heads to see which head can be good.
Okay.
Because even to have a good servant, that servant must go through interview.
Of course, you have to test them.
The problem we have in Uganda, I don't know our time, we mix politics and we can't separate politics and economic standards of our country.
Okay.
But politics have affected a lot
okay,
concerning the development of this country. Some people are immature politically.
Okay.
They just go for a purpose.
Yes.
I told you, these people, when they are going to parliaments, they acquire loans. They
have yes, they have huge loans. They have people that are
they mortgage their properties to get money to fight for the seat. After acquiring it, they want to pay back loans. They want to acquire back their properties and earn some profit.
At the same time, they want
because if you do a business, you are expecting profits.
A profit, absolutely.
If no profit, then you leave that business. So these leaders have become
greedy.
Have become businessmen.
They are businessmen,
not leaders. Leaders, we leave leaders there in our villages when they have their shoes. Moving like one side is cut off. They are looking.
Yet they are the potential
for the leadership. They are potential leaders. We don't look at them. We've looked at money. And money has affected our country because we are not sending leaders to guide us.
True.
Now, everyone on ground, what you're holding is great. Your vote, your vote, you're holding in your hands, in your mind, is great.
True.
They fear you. I talk to the grassroots people. They fear you because of your vote. It is why even these MPs, this is the time. The time has started now, or it is starting soon. They will come to the ground. I told you last time that these people, they don't want to talk of peasants.
Yes.
But when it comes to time of elections, they go and talk with peasants.
With an intention.
Now Ugandans, you should watch out. You should know why you vote. You should know whom to vote. not people who have money, but you vote leaders to guide us, because we look for leaders to guide us, not to give us petty cash, but to guide us, to deliver our services, to help us in many ways that we desire them to help us, not them to think for us and create any way they can afford us. You know, when they afford me with 10,000, I'm done.
You're done.
They have already directed me the way to go. So we should watch out. And President has talked of growing some other stuffs like food crops. It is also great. Any country with food must grow.
Absolutely.
You people, you should know Africa is the best continent in the world, and Uganda is the best country in Africa.
On that continent.
It's why they call it part of Africa. Let no one lie you that Uganda stopped being part of Africa. Uganda is part of Africa and part of the world. So produce whatever possible you can, but make sure that
the quality.
You practice agriculture. It is great. Canada has sustained on agriculture and it has gone far.
Yet it doesn't have the weather that we have here.
We have the best weather. We have the fertile soils. Even if we don't put these fertilizers, we can use our organic fertilizers and fertilize our crops, and the yield. Let's pay attention to what we want, not what we are told.
Interesting. Thank you, Norman. Exactly 7 minutes to the top of the hour. And we've been breaking down the insights that are, of course, embedded within the UCDA margin to the ministry. But Norman has been able to tackle some very other important issues that are still related to this. And it's a word to a wise, like they always say, a word to a wise is enough. And that calls it the end for today. Thanks for being part of today's edition. Of course, many thanks from all the way from 7 a.m. with a morning call to this particular time as we say goodbye for the day. And I guess we shall be getting in touch again tomorrow, and wishing you a very wonderful day. Go back, think strategically to be able to attack the next day with confidence and boldness with when you have affirmation for it. Till tomorrow, good morning.